In this PGT tutorial video, I'm going to talk to you about 4-mark explain questions from the AQA paper. So for those of you who know the structure of these papers, you'll have a 4-mark question at the start of each of the 3 sections you answer. The structure you can see on the slide at the moment. I'm going to talk to you specifically about technique for these questions. So something I really recommend is an acronym that goes DPEPE, so D on its own. You can see it at the moment on the slide. So although the questions rarely ask you to define something, there usually on mark schemes appears to be a mark available for a definition of the key term or the process or whatever it might be. So in this case, for this question from 2019 from the water and carbon section, it's asking you the role of cryospheric changes in the water cycle. You might want to define what the cryosphere is, and you'll see it in the mark scheme. It's worth a mark. So something I often see is simply not enough geography in these answers, and students end up stuck on 2 marks, which is why I really recommend start with a definition, point explain, point explain. Then let me show you an answer from the exam series in 2019 that achieved half marks. As you can see, with the highlighted sections in the answer, they essentially give 2 points. They talk about what the cryosphere is in the green, and then in the yellow, they talk specifically about how changes in the cryosphere would affect the water cycle. It's a good answer. They clearly have good geography. They've simply not written enough. So that's 2 out of 4. That's dropped 2 marks. That's not ideal. This, as an exemplar answer, isn't too dissimilar to the last one. As you'll see, it's got its definition at the start with the green highlighted part. The yellow and the blue highlighted parts are simply 2 different points. They're 2 different ways in which changes to the cryosphere or changes within the cryosphere would affect the water cycle. This talks about melting of large ice sheets in the yellow, and it talks about changes in permafrost in the blue. It explains them, point explain, point explain. It's all but guaranteed 4 marks. So I know that's quite short, and often we don't spend lots of time on these 4-mark questions. I hope that's really useful in helping you to use that technique across all of the 4 markers. There's other videos you can watch. There we go. Good luck.